So we're going to make a hard drive musical instrument. I have my hard drive right here. I've stripped it down, so I've basically taken off all the extra parts of it, taken off all these bits down here. Basically pull your hard drive apart. The only thing you really want is this disc right here, and also access to these points at the very back. So you've got your hard drive, you need your soldering iron on, you also need some solder, which I have right here, and we're going to crack on. You're also going to need your classic 3/4 inch jack going out to a cable. Now I've basically cut this cable in half, so this was basically a guitar lead, and I've cut the whole thing in half, so you can make yourself 2 hard drive musical instruments if you've got another hard drive, of course. Now first of all, you're going to need to get your wire here, and you're going to need to expose these 2 wires in there. You can see there's a red and a blue one, and we need to get those out of this cable. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to cut the shielding of the cable off, and you want to kind of give a fair bit, maybe about an inch's worth, to allow it to attach to the actual hard drive itself. So just pull that outer shielding off like that. There we go. And you can see we have a load of stuff in here. Really all we want to get to is those 2 cables in there, so we're going to actually take all this stuff apart. This is mostly shielding for the cables, so we can actually cut some of the stuff away as well. So we can actually cut this stuff around here away. So I'm going to kind of pull that apart now, and you can see actually as I'm pulling it apart, it's all kind of coming out nicely. So now we need to expose the copper wires inside these cables here. You can see there's some shielding around them again, so I'm just going to kind of carefully expose that. So that's one exposed, and then we're going to go and work on the other one as well. So we have the second one here. Let's try and expose that. Let's try and get the shielding off. There we go. We have both of our cables now ready to go. I find it's quite good to actually sort of twist the cable slightly and get all the pieces of copper nicely sort of bound together. So let's do that. So now, all we need to do now is get our hard drive. And if you have a look at your hard drive, you'll actually notice that there's kind of 4 points on there. So you can see there we've got these 4 points over there. Now, if we were to imagine there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can solder your cable to any 2 of those as long as it's alternative. So if you have a 1, then you need the 3. If you use the 2, then you need the 4. So now our soldering iron is probably hot enough. I'm just going to get some solder. I'm not a very good solderer. I'm probably one of the worst, so you'll probably be a lot better than I am. But let's get going on this. It's the worst soldering ever. So there you can see we have our 2 bits that are soldered in place. So now the fun bit begins. So now take your hard drive and just plug it into an amp. I'm going to kind of plug it into this connector here, and let's see what happens. Now with a better amp and probably some better soldering, you can get a nicer result. But also you can have some fun as well. So I've got a load of pedals down here. I'm going to introduce a new pedal in a second. I've got a nice whammy pedal which has just arrived. And we're going to see what happens if we run it through a load of pedals. So let's first of all try the feedback. Bit of delay. And then finally, the whammy. Do some different pitch shifting stuff. Giving ourselves an octave there. So there we go. That's how you can make your very own musical instrument from a hard drive and have a lot of fun with it.
Curious.